Imagine this. The model knows what the patient needs. The doctor knows too. The treatment exists somewhere in the world, but the clinic has no oxygen, or the hospital cannot pay for the software anymore, or the medicine is stuck somewhere else in the supply chain, or the machine broke, and nobody came to fix it. That is the pattern I worry about most with AGI. Not a world where poor countries are locked out of intelligence. A world where intelligence shows up, but results do not. That is the conversion trap. In 2021, we saw a version of it in real life. Scientists built COVID vaccines in record time. The science worked. Delivery did not. Rich countries got to high vaccination rates fast. Poor countries were still below 10%. That gap was not mainly about knowledge. The formulas existed, the protocols existed, the manufacturing know-how existed. What decided who got protected was everything around the science. Procurement power, manufacturing concentration, export restrictions, cold chain, electricity, local health systems, and trust. Oxygen was even harsher. Doctors already knew what many COVID patients needed. People still died, not because the knowledge was missing, because oxygen is not one thing. It is a whole system. The doctors knew. The system failed. That is the core idea of this video. The problem is not just access to intelligence. It is the ability to turn intelligence into reality. For intelligence to become development, a whole chain has to hold. Power, internet, compute, local context, skills, devices, trust, payments, logistics, manufacturing, maintenance, institutions that actually function. Intelligence does not arrive alone. It needs rails. If too many of those rails are weak, intelligence stops cashing out into daily life. This is not only a COVID story. It is already happening with AI itself. In global health, there is now a growing literature on what is basically a pilot graveyard. AI tools that do well in trials, get donor attention, and then fail to become real parts of the system. The grant ends. The server bill arrives. The subscription becomes too expensive. Trained staff leave. Integration never happens. Policymakers move on. The tool worked. The system could not keep it alive. That is the harder question in low-resource settings. Not just whether AI can help. In many cases, it can. The harder question is whether the surrounding institution can absorb the tool, pay for it, regulate it, maintain it, and make it normal. Latin America already showed the split. This is not just a story about rich countries and poor countries. The real divide runs through implementation capacity. Chile handled vaccination far better than Peru, not because Chile understood the vaccine better, but because it could deliver it better. Peru showed the other side of the pattern. The oxygen crisis made that brutally clear. It was not a failure to understand oxygen. It was a failure to convert knowledge into delivery. And Peru had already seen a version of this before AI. One laptop per child put devices into rural schools and still produced no meaningful games in reading or math. The artifact arrived. The surrounding system did not change enough to turn access into outcomes. That is why AI could deepen dependency even without excluding poor countries. If the models, the cloud, the chips, the medicine supply chains, the robotics, and the core platforms are owned elsewhere, then poor countries may gain access to intelligence mostly as renters. They can query the future without being able to build it. They get better answers, but the value capture happens elsewhere. They get better tools, but the infrastructure remains foreign. They get diagnosis support, but not the medicine. They get educational help, but not stronger schools. They get business intelligence, but not easier credit, better logistics, or local industrial capacity. This may still help at the margin, but that is not the same thing as development. This is not an argument that poor countries can never convert digital tools into broad games. They can. M-Pesa in Kenya is a useful reminder. Mobile money reduced friction in daily economic life because it rode on rails that people could actually use. The technology fit the context. It solved a real bottleneck, and it became part of everyday life instead of staying as an external demo. That is what successful conversion looks like. Not magic, not just access. A tool meeting functioning rails. So the central development question in the AI era is not whether poor countries can access intelligence. It is whether they can build the capacity to convert intelligence into broad gains. That means infrastructure, institutions, local talent, logistics, manufacturing, energy, procurement, and state capacity. If those do not improve, AI may not close the development gap. It may reorganize it. The model knows the system cannot deliver. AGI could scale that pattern far beyond public health. That is the conversion trap.